What up guys, it's Movielay here again with another reveal. Today we have 28 years later, The Bone Temple. The second 28 years later movie came out only 7 months after the first one. It's not like waiting for the next Stranger Things season to come up and then you wait 3 years and it's total garbage. In my opinion, they've struck gold, which, to me was a little surprise, given this movie has been directed by Nia Da Costa, and by her historic, But that's not so surprising anymore once you learn that Cillian Murphy was the executive producer of the movie, together with Danny Boyle and Alex Garland. I think that's her redemption from the Marvels movie, but it's also like riding a bicycle with a third wheel. If you don't remember, in the last movie we had Spike, the little Chalamet that was running away from zombies, only to be met with something far worse, a Satanist Teletubby group. Given his situation, I think that was better than encountering a priest. Also, if you don't remember, in the first 28 years later movie, the concept of alpha zombies was introduced because the normal zombies were getting too tiresome. And so they added the alpha zombies, the type of zombie that watches a lot of red pill podcasts. In particular, we have the strongest alpha zombie ever in this movie, and his name is Sansa. He appears a lot in this movie. Apparently, being an alpha zombie also gives you a massive ding-dong. Which, did he think that this movie was called Temple of Boning? So, we learn here that the leader of these Satanist Teletubbies is Jimmy, and all of the other teenagers in the group are also called Jimmy. So, Jimmy Cristo, the leader, that's how he's called, he decides to spare the boy and give him an opportunity, but only if he fights for his life. The little genius Chalamet wins eventually by doing a cheap trick. So he has now proven that he is strong and smart, and has now been recruited by the murderer, Satanist, anarchist, good-looking, toothbrushless, Deepsy Lalapo family. And let me tell you, the accents are also very interesting to hear. I believe it's somewhere from Scotland, and that's very fresh, that's something different from all these American movies that we are used to. But that's not the reason why you can tell that they are from UK or Great Britain or the larger English area, not to be mistaken with Ireland. The reason why we can tell that they are English is because of their teeth. And also the zombies in the movie, they come... Instead of eating brains, they just come up to you and say, "Bro, it's Tuesday, innit?" I'm joking, I love English people. Please don't stab me. Oh yeah, also they don't use guns in these movies, they all attack with knives. So that's very... So yeah, he's a part of the family now, and what do? They go to rent another house. Little Spike's now. His name is not Spike anymore, now his name is Jimmy, so they go to Jimmy's house. Once they get to Jimmy's house, they loot everything, start to eat all their food, and start to impose. They're basically a gang, right? And at this scene, they talk about how they are the Teletubbies and everything. And I think for the first time in the movie, they explain something deeper, That's when you start to see that the movie it's actually deep. All the other ones are. But still, they explain that they are the Teletubbies. So basically, you got this grown-ass man, right, dressed like a pimp, pretending to be a Satanist because, I do not care about religion. I've been to religion when I was younger, and I think this movie depicts perfectly how some people try to distort religions. And this is exactly what the Jimmy Master guy is doing. This character is enacted by Jimmy O'Connell, also known for many other movies. Specifically, recently, the Sinners movie. So this guy is on fire. You hate to love his character. And the reason why I hate his character, well, he's basically a manipulator. He gets a religion distorted just to get people to follow him. Does that sound familiar? Well, it's because it is. This movie is basically a picture of our already decaying society. What would it happen if there were no more rules and this and that? So people already do these things with rules, and they get away with this. So that's what Jimmy is basically doing. Of course, he doesn't believe all that shit. He has this mask all the time. And he tells these kids, right? He's this grown-ass man. He tells these kids that he is the son of the devil, to control people with fear. But the religion that he's distorting here is not the basic like Christianity or Catholicism, Protestantism, Islamism, whatever. He is using Satanism, which it's very impactful because you have many different religions and many different views sometimes of the same religion. But the devil is the devil. Has many names, but he's always there in the religions. I think except for some of them, maybe Buddhism doesn't have this, which is interesting, right? He also sees in these kids an opportunity to pass on his knowledge or his self, is the memento mori, is what he is building for the future. He wants to be remembered as this great guy, as a sort of prophet. Also, the fact that they're Teletubbies show this loss of innocence, Lots of people nowadays never watched Teletubbies when they were kids, but I did, in a VHS. But yeah, it's interesting because these new kids, they never watched Teletubbies, right? They just have this idea, this concept. So, it's this perverted innocence, the perverted childhood that they don't know about, right? They're impersonating something that they don't know. All the whole world has been told by them in the view of this guy, just like Plato's cavern myth. So yeah, they never knew what religion was before the world was normal, yet they have a religion. They never knew what Teletubbies were, yet they are Teletubbies. It's this disinformation. So when they are in the house, a random pregnant woman comes, tries to make them go away, but they're not willing, So when the family realizes that these guys are gonna loot everything and then kill them, a fight starts. When the pregnant woman starts to run away, the Jimmy Prince guy, he actually says, "Don't shoot her. Let her get away, we'll get her before, we can't afford to lose the baby." He's not doing this because he's a good person, he's just doing this to manipulate other future Jimmys maybe. So you see how he has this dramatic role, it's really interesting. A huge fight breaks loose, the pregnant woman escapes, a huge fire breaks out. So everything is shit. Jimmys are dead, people are dead, and who they scapegoat this into? Little Jimmins, of course. It's the way this group is managed it reminds me so much of when I used to go to church, or when I was in a toxic environment workplace, which I do not miss. So if you want to help the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, say what you think in the comments. Let's go, guys, let's help the channel grow. So yeah, Little Jimmins is fucked now. They want to give a divine punishment to him. Just before they do it, hold your horses. Bro. The film shifts focus from the Teletubby murderers group that is now going to the Temple of Bones. Woo! They said the name! So yeah, Teletubby group is going to the Temple of Bones, which, makes me think of a cinema scene right here. I don't know if those guys did it, but I did went to a church bone church in Portugal once, and the bones, they fall apart, you know. I don't know if this guy had access to something to coat the bones with, like varnish or something, but after 10 years, all of those bones, they would probably dry and break, but that's just a theory, you know, a movie theory. So yeah, while they are on their way, we shift focus to Dr. Kelsey. Kelsey? Yeah. Dr. Kelson. Well, and let me tell you also, the soundtrack for this movie, it's amazing. The camera pans, they're also amazing. When there are zombie scenes, the camera is very shaky sometimes, giving, you know, it's almost scary, but everything here is on point. And he realizes that this zombie, Samson, wants to attack him. So he's like, yo, please don't come close, I'm not gonna kill you. He just sedates the zombie. Which, you know, he has this very human side to the story, I understand. But it's also so annoying, you know, because this big guy, he is killing a lot of humans. You know, you could save a lot of lives. You know, instead of killing the zombie, he starts to learn that this zombie, he's smarter than all the other zombies, and he likes the opioids and the amphetamines on the sedative. So, you know, this leads to a very weird friendship in the movie. And you're like, he wants to see if the zombie is conscious or if he remembers anything from his past life, you know, from his life as a human. So he basically anthropomorphizes this guy and helps to further drug him to help Sansom escape his zombie reality, you know? It's a 9 to 5, you gotta clock in, eat some brains, it's very stressful, get into zombie traffic, all that. So basically they become these two stoner best friends, and you can see that the zombie is intelligent at some point. And that's very weird, they befriend each other in a way. And there is also another very interesting shot at the movie, which, okay, at a certain point, this guy is hit by this sudden realization that, okay, he wants to help the zombie, he's very human, he wants to seek humanity, you know, he's the good. It's the yin yang in the movie, you know? You have him as the yin, you have vampire gigolo zombie as the yang. So yeah, he asks, is anyone there? I'm going to give you this little injection so you can relax, you can finally have peace. And that's a very touching moment, actually, because this guy is so good, you know, and you start to see things from his perspective, they start to make sense. He's not like this crazy guy that was portrayed in the first movie, right? So yeah, as he is going to kill the zombie keeps staring at the moon, right? Maybe reminiscing something from his past life, and he does say a word, moon. Oh my god, those are his first zombie words. You know, but I think that was a very interesting shot because, you know, he's a monster, right? So this represents a sort of transformation, like he's a werewolf, right? But it also represents that he's crazy, he's out of his mind, right? Because it's a human body, it's a human brain, but transformed. Oh, he got scared of the zombies. Hang in there, zombie guy. Zombie Spider-Man is also very interesting. Anyway, you know, all that stuff about how the moon influences the sea and this and that, and crazy people are always staring at the moon, this and that. So yeah, his first zombie words, when he says moon, the guy, Dr. Kelson, he's like, oh, wait a minute, there's hope. Let's try to do something. Focus again to the Teletubbies. They find the bad guy. He's not talking with Samson. Samson is gone for now. But you know, once they get there and they see the guy, and the bones of temples. Like it looks like a biblical thing. It looks like apocalypse or what. But he decides to leave all the kids to watch, and he goes to talk with a guy. So he tries to gaslight the bald guy to say, look, you are my dad, you are Satan, this and that. And we start to learn that the bald guy, he's actually very, very smart. Because he's like, okay, you think that you're the son of Satan, you know? Let's talk about that. He's like a youngest. You see Jimmy Crystal drop his mask, you know? So yeah, he says, look, but we're in a bit of a pickle here because I have a group of lunatic, fanatic children back there and they believe that I am the son of the devil. And I told them that you are the devil. So maybe you want to play along that if you don't want to get murdered, right? And the bald guy, he's like, oh yeah, right, of course. Yeah, I'm the devil. But he's outnumbered, he's smart, he wants to solve everything by talking, you know? So that's what they do. They say, look, I'm going back to my tribe now. We're gonna come back here tomorrow. Be ready, you are Satan. Crisis averted. They go back to their group. They say, look, Satan is busy right now. We're coming back tomorrow. When these guys go away, who comes? Samson, you know? And he wants more drugs. He's like the dealer. He's the devil. He's everything. He's bald. He's a doctor. So yeah, he gives us some more drugs to Samson. And you know what? He says, look, Samson, I have this theory. You said a word last time that we met, so I think there's hope for you, right? Like I'm hoping for the next Avenger movies to be good, which is almost impossible, but you know it's possible. There's hope. So this is what this guy has, you know? He has something more than hope. He has faith. He has faith in humanity. He has faith in everything. In zombies. He wants that 1% and he goes after it. He says, look, Samson, you may be a zombie, but I have a damn good idea. I think, you know, why do zombies attack people? There's no reason. It's psychotic, right? Because they attack babies, they attack everyone. I think you guys are psychotic. You are seeing something that is not there, right? Like the zombies, maybe they're seeing monsters in the place that they should see people. And this is curable in medicine. He does a medicine cocktail and gives it to Samson. So Samson wanders off, being high as a kite, and while he's walking, you know, just like me, when I was 4 years old, he gained consciousness. He's like, I have hands. Me, you know? He starts to remember who he was. You know, like religion, he converted. He's not this monster anymore. He's not this werewolf anymore. He's back to his human form. We go back to the Teletubbies. They all come to the Temple of Bones and they are met with a spectacle. I'm talking Cirque du Soleil kind of spectacle, okay? Because the bald guy, he said, look, I'm the devil. But he didn't have to go so hard with this performance. Look at him. He's like Shinnok. He looks like the devil, you know? He's rocking with a leather jacket. He puts a fucking Iron Maiden song, right? The devil, the number of the beast. He puts fire into everything. He dances. 5 minutes of this guy dancing and the Teletubbies having this dance, you know? And this is not far from reality, man. This is not fiction, you know? People do this. People believe this. But, you know, all of this happiness does not last long. Because the movie here, in these scenes, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's very funny. But, you know, if you watch the movie, you know. But it ends catastrophically. Because, you know, Spike, you remember him? You remember he does know the doctor already? And he already put his mother's skull in the Bone Temple as a memento. And the bald guy is basically reassuring, saying to the kids, look, I am the devil. This guy is my son. He has a mission on Earth. You are his minions. You have to always listen to him. Be gaslighted. Believe. And then he saw who in the group of kids? Spike. Mini baby Chalamet, that's who he saw. And he's like, you know what? This kid suffered a lot already. I'm gonna save the kid. And you know, that's when his smartness come into play, because you think like, how the fuck is he gonna do this? He's outnumbered, you know, he's like 5-6 v1. How can I do this? How can I save this little guy, right? That's when the 3D chess happens. This guy fucking turned the tables around, telling all the kids, look, I am like Lucifer Morningstar, okay? I am the father of this guy, the chosen one. But you know what? He has to be crucified just like Jesus, so his mission can go on and on. And then you see all these kids turning against this evil guy, right? So you're like, hell yeah, he's finally gonna pay for something. And these kids, they're eager to just kill the guy. It's like, let's kill him, let's put him on the cross, you know? So yeah, the turns have table. But yeah, this goes catastrophically bad because Dr. Bald gets stabbed, the English style. 2 other kids also get stabbed. The only person remaining is Spike and the Jimmy smart girl. And it's sad, you know? Only Mini Jimin and the Jimmy girl that now says her real name. But you know, it's very nice. You get a sense of relief when they upside down crucify this guy, you know? He's like, damn, he's finally gone. This religion of his is not gonna spread like a fucking cancer and all these lies, you know? One less religion. Thank God. So yeah, the movie is almost over. It's very sad actually, because we don't want to see Bald Doctor die. We want to see him further his search, right? But what happens is it's getting dark. Kid Chalamet has to go away, also the girl, because the zombies are gonna start to appear soon. And in the final moments of Dr. Kelson, he sees his good old friend cured, just like church cures gayness, you know? So here, when Jimmy Crystal is hanged on this cross, upside down, and he knows real fear, he starts to mix his personas. He starts to hallucinate and mix reality with fiction because he has so much fear. So you see here that he lost himself in his character, and he sees Samson as the devil. He really thinks that this big zombie guy is the devil. And so he dies, not being able to fulfill his legacy, which makes my heart feel so warm. No man for any considerable period can wear one face to himself and another to the multitude, without finally getting bewildered as to which may be the true. So yeah, Jesus, in the ultimate act of selflessness and sacrifice, died for everyone's mistakes, everyone's sins, and this is kinda what Dr. Bald does here. He is bald, so no one else has to be bald. That was his worst sin in the movie, you know? But yeah, he died so these 2 kids can be saved, and thus his humanity and his legacy echo in history with these 2 kids and with Samson. Samson comes to meet him and give one last goodbye, and the Doctor's Bald last words are Memento Mori. You know what? I think that this means that he was actually Spanish and he wanted to say that he wants a Mentos, but he's stuttering, so he said Mementos Mori. The movie ends there, but not before giving us a small Cillian Murphy cameo. This movie gets a 9.666 score, right? I really enjoyed it. Everything is on point. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like, consider subscribing, hitting the like button. See you in the next one.